Hey, what's good, crew? Ever had one of those days where you're just boiling? Maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, or your boss drops some last-minute nonsense on you, and you're like, why am I even feeling this? Or maybe you're hit with this random wave of sadness, and you're wondering, what's the deal? Today, we're cracking open The Language of Emotions by Carla McLaren. This book, it's a game changer. It's not about shutting down your feelings. It's about figuring out what they're screaming at you. We're gonna break it all down. Why emotions aren't the bad guy, how they team up inside you, and some real hands-on ways to deal. If that sounds like your jam, hit that like, stick with me, and let's get into it. Okay, here's the first big drop from McLaren. Emotions aren't just noise, they're tools, like legit messengers with a purpose. Anger, it's not about you being a hothead, it's your boundary alarm. Picture this, your roommate keeps blasting music at 2 a.m. You're fuming, right? That's anger saying, hey, your piece is getting trashed, do something. Fear's another one. It's your survival radar. Ever get that gut twist walking down a sketchy street? That's not you being paranoid, it's fear going, eyes up, stay sharp, and sadness. It's not weakness, it's your soul's way of hitting reset. Like when my buddy moved across the country, I was down for weeks. McLaren says that's sadness, clearing out space for what's next. Once you see emotions as your allies, not enemies, it's like you've got a whole new playbook for life. Now, this part's wild. McLaren calls it your inner village. Imagine your head's a little town, right? Your emotions, your body, your smarts, they're all neighbors working together. Anger's the bouncer at the gate, kicking out trouble. Joy's throwing block parties to keep morale up. Fear's the lookout tower, scanning for danger. It's not a war in there, it's a team. I started thinking about this after a fight with my sister. She borrowed my car without asking, and I was raging, but then I got shaky, like nervous. That was anger and fear tag teaming. Protect your stuff, and what if this blows up? When they're in sync, you're cruising. When they're off, it's like the village is throwing a riot. McLaren's point is, tune in and they'll guide you, like a crew in a heist flick, each with their own gig. Let's dig into some MVPs. First up, anger. It's your boundary enforcer. Think about that time your coworker took credit for your idea. Anger flared up, right? McLaren says don't just stew, ask what's this guarding? It's usually your respect or your space. For me, it was when my landlord kept dodging repairs. Anger pushed me to finally call him out. Next, sadness. It's the deep cleaner. When my dog passed, I'd tear up randomly, like at the grocery store seeing his favorite treats. That wasn't me being soft, it was sadness saying, let it go, heal up. Fear's your lookout, buddy. I felt it hard before a big job interview. Heart racing, palms sweaty. That wasn't failure, it was fear prepping me to bring my A game. And shame, tricky one. Healthy shame's like, oops, don't ghost your friend's texts again. Unhealthy shame's the I'm trash spiral. McLaren says tell them apart. Each emotion's got a voice. Once I started listening, it was like decoding my own secret language. Here's where McLaren gets real. She doesn't just preach, she hands you the toolkit. One's called burning contracts. Say you're stuck on something old, like I was beating myself up over a breakup years ago, thinking I messed it all up. You write it down, I'm done carrying this guilt. Then you imagine burning it, poof, gone. I did it in my head, but if you're extra, light it up safely. It's freeing, like cutting ropes. Another trick's grounding. Emotions overwhelming you? Stand still, feel your feet on the ground, breathe slow. I tried it during a panic moment. Work was piling up, I was spiraling, and it was like slamming the brakes on chaos. These aren't fluffy self-help vibes, they're practical as hell. McLaren's basically saying, you've got the power, use it. So yeah, The Language of Emotions, it's not just a book, it's a playbook. Your feelings, they're your crew, not your captors. Next time you're raging or sinking, ask, what's this here to do? That's the McLaren Unlock, and it's been a game changer for me. If you vibed with this, hit that like, subscribe. I'm breaking down more real stuff like this every week. Want more? I've got an emotional awareness logbook in the description. Daily and weekly reflection journal, check it. It's fire. Drop in the comments. What emotions got you twisted lately? Let's chop it up. Catch you next time. Stay real.